to kick around anymore because, gentlemen, this is my last press conference, and it's time for me to get reacquainted with my family, and I didn't say that in any bitterness because I believe that they are good Americans, even though they believe that I'm not a good American. I believe that they have good motives, even though they believe that I do not have good motives, and that I'm going to take a long vacation.
Are you angry? Are you upset? Are you disappointed? How would you characterize your feelings?
Well, I don't have any bitterness. I would have liked to stay on the school board, but they have made the decision, and I feel like Richard Nixon did in 1962 when he lost to Governor Pat Brown.
Well, Richard Nixon came back. Are you going to attempt to come back to the school board? Are you going to accept this ruling, or are you going to fight?
Well, I'm 61 years old, so when he got defeated for governor, he was considerably younger than me, and he didn't have diabetes. However, loss of income, because everybody accuses of things that are false, and in the Bible there's one of the commandments is to bear false witness against thy neighbor. So I'm going to look for recovery on a financial basis. It's going to cost me income-wise, and at least from the financial viewpoint, I'm going to recover my economic losses.
So you're going to file a civil lawsuit against the board to try to recover some of the financial losses you're talking about?
Well, I get more Mike Devlin in mind and the Santa Clarita, what is it? Not the Signal, but the bloggers. But until I talk to my attorneys and lawyers, I haven't made a decision as to who is going to be my target because I have to get legal advice.
But you're not going to try to get back on it. You're not going to fight their ruling.
Like I said, this is my last press conference, and they're not going to have Winkler to kick around anymore.
Do you regret some of the things that were attributed to you online, some of the postings about Nazis and Hitler and some of the other things that you were accused of?
Well, once again, people got to know that I'm not a Nazi. Well, I am not a Nazi, but I welcome the outrage that people have, because if they were outraged in 1932 and in 1933, then of course Hitler would have not got into power. He could have been stopped in time before others' lives were lost. So I welcome the people's fury, but what I'm very irritated about is they drawing a false conclusion without me allowing to present my side of the case. And when I made a considerable amount of effort and energy I put into typing up a statement, nobody would even read the first sentence or the first paragraph of my statement. So I think the democratic American way is to listen to both sides of the case.
Are you saying you don't sympathize with any of those beliefs and you don't listen to the anthem of the Third Reich? None of that is true?
People got to know I'm not a Nazi.
Yeah, but I'm asking, do you sympathize with those beliefs?
I don't sympathize with any kind of Nazism or National Socialism or any kind of totalitarianism or any anti-American sentiments. And those are clearly against the United States of America. After all, Hitler declared war on the United States of America. He was an enemy of our country. And I don't hold any totalitarian beliefs, whether it's Nazism, National Socialism, Fascism, the clerical fascism, communism, or socialism. I believe in the American way.
How did all these things get posted in your name over a long period of time? Years.
Well, apparently I was hacked, and I asked the police department if they can, if I can file a complaint, and they said no. And I asked the sheriff department if I could file a complaint. They said no, but they gave me a list of government agencies that I could pursue an investigation to clear my name. However, if the hacker lives in Somalia, there isn't a whole lot they can do about it. And once again, if I do, let's say, press forward with this, if they're not willing to listen to my side of the case, even if God came down and said, Mr. Winkler did not make those comments, they would not believe me. because so far I tried to have reasonable discussions with people, rational discussions with people, and they have turned the other way, not willing to listen to my side of the case.
Do you think that's the real grounds for your dismissal tonight? Do you think it was really the charges against you that we've just talked about, rather than where you live?
I think it goes beyond that. I think the fact is that if you look at all the 41 votes that I voted against the board, they figured I was not a team player. I was critical of the vote on the Einstein thing, and I think when I said same thing that Jeff Shapiro said, that there was possibility there were anti-Semitic reasons for the rejecting the Einstein charter, I was informed that the teachers are terribly angry with me, and the result of that anger would be not welcome in any of the schools. I could not go for the graduation ceremonies. I could not attend any of the schools. That was the first step in this process. The second step was then Debbie Rocha, president of the Saugus Teachers Association, said a quote with Henry Ford, and for a whole month I was making blogs saying that Henry Ford was a publisher of the Dearborn International, who has published full volumes of the International Jewry criticizing Jews as being a type of people that would want to dominate the world, and depicted as octopuses or mollusks with grasping tentacles, wanting to the Jewish banking finance anti-Semitic sentiments that many Nazis later quoted Henry Ford, like Julius Streicher, Hans Frank. The British publisher of the mid of the 20th century was Euston Stewart Chamberlain. Alfred Rosenberg also quoted Henry Ford. And Hitler even had a picture, photograph of Henry Ford in his bunker. And then a second time around, after for a whole month blogging about Henry Ford, because he Googled Henry Ford and it shows he's anti-Semitic, what does Debbie Rocha do? Well, she quotes Henry Ford a second time, and lo and behold, teachers in the audience applaud, make a big applause. And so, according to Vice President United has said that, well, this is what Vice President Agnew has said. He said that the spirit of national Marxism prevails, encouraged by the effete core of impudent snobs who characterize themselves as intellectuals. And I turned that around and said that a spirit of national socialism prevails, which is encouraged by the effete core of impudent snobs who characterize themselves as teachers. And of course, I didn't mean all of the teachers, because the Corps is a subgroup of the whole, like the Army Air Corps is a subgroup of the Army, and the Marine Corps is a subgroup of the Navy. But I mean, those teachers that applauded the Henry Ford applause, I would say they shouldn't be inside the classroom teaching the children if they don't know who Henry Ford is.
So that your dismissal tonight on the grounds that you don't live in the district, is that legitimate?
It's not legitimate because look at all the documents that presented proof that I do live in the district. But just like last week when I tried to issue statements saying that allegations are completely false, nobody would listen to me. And I showed them the proof, and they wouldn't listen to me now because they're programmed to hate me, to dislike me, just the same way they were programmed to dislike Richard Nixon.
Where are you going home to tonight?
I'm going to go visit my brother. And because I need to, should we say, a party, and his wife's get wine.
Where does he live?
He lives off of Sierra Highway.
Thank you.
Go see you.